Obamacare is fundamentally broken, increasing costs for millions of American families. And the plan we're working on will focus on protecting the American people, offering new choices for quality, affordable health care, and not protecting this failed law.
House Speaker John Boehner insisting he's not protecting Obamacare, and as calls to repeal this health care law increase, the task may prove more expensive than previously thought. Now get this, according to the Congressional Budget Office, or CBO for short, ending Obamacare would cost $137 billion and allegedly increase the budget deficit by $353 billion over the next decade. So can we believe those numbers, and what does this mean for the future of Obamacare? Joining us via Skype from New York, health policy expert Betsy McCaughey. Now, Betsy,
I heard the claim. Let me just break right in and say, let's decode this Washington gibberish, right? Because what the CBO is really saying is that the taxes the Obamacare law force you to pay are much bigger than the benefits you get back. So if the law is repealed, those taxes will no longer be taken out of your pocket, right? And so your tax cut will be bigger than the benefits you give up. And from the Washingtonians' point of view, that means it's costing them money. But guess what? It's saving you money.
Well, let's go on background, explain this a little bit more. Here's the reason why. There are two ways to, quote, score or estimate tax cuts. And the static way of scoring it is to say, oh, this costs the government money. What you're saying is, and what we embraced during my time in Congress on the Ways and Means Committee, and we had it in place with the CBO, we said, wait a minute, when money is back in people's pockets, that will lead to more economic activity and actually cut the deficit. So you're telling me the CBO is back up to its old tricks, even with Republicans back in control now?
Yes, and just remember this. It may cost the government money, but it means you have the money. When they say they're canceling taxes, it costs them money. That's going to add to their deficit. But guess what? It's going to mean you have money in your pocket to spend. So repealing Obamacare is going to be a huge tax cut for the American people.
All right. Good to have that cleared up, Betsy. Now, let's switch gears to the nationwide Medicare fraud sweep. It's resulted in charges against 243 people for allegedly defrauding the government out of $712 million in false billings. We've heard about fraud for a long time. In your estimation, is this one of the meaningful crackdowns now?
Well, the fact is, I'm always glad to hear when they're looking into fraud, and there probably is plenty of fraud. But just remember, this is the same Obama administration that has never built the back end of the Obamacare computer system. So they're sending money to the insurance companies, which also could be defrauding all of us, right? They're sending it based on insurance company estimates. In other words, the government is just winging it. They have no idea how much they owe these insurance companies under the Obamacare system. So I'm not sure that they're identifying the right people who are committing fraud under Medicare. It's hard to believe they're doing anything right.
Yeah, and again, to be fair about this, it's not just the government and the incompetence of the Obama administration. A lot of folks could get in on this, like the insurers and like some physicians gone bad, overprescribing medicine, doing things like that, double, triple billing. I hate to call it this, the standard waste, fraud, and abuse that has plagued this program for, what, over a half century?
That's right, because in Washington, no one is minding the store.
Oh, and certainly not on a weekend as we approach one. Betsy McCaughey, we hope you have a great weekend, the difficult stories notwithstanding, and we really do appreciate your time Skyping in from New York. Good to talk to you. Now, Newsmax wants to send one lucky couple on a 7-day Silver Sea cruise to the Caribbean this winter. This luxury cruise aboard the Silver Wind is the trip of a lifetime. To win it, you need to enter our sweepstakes. Visit newsmax.com/sweepstakes to enter. That's newsmax.com/sweepstakes. And while you're at the website newsmax.com, you can get a few other things done. In fact, you can use the internet to talk to us and contact us. Here's the way you can do it. You can email me, newsmaxprime@newsmaxtv.com. You can also utilize Facebook, facebook.com/newsmaxprime, Twitter, twitter.com/newsmaxprime, and our main page, newsmaxtv.com/comments. That's the way you can get in touch with us. We love to hear your insights and analysis, and Newsmax Prime will return right after this.